Brad, at SaferNet, you guys focus on simplicity, but you also focus on showcasing to your customers and to your prospects this idea of cybersecurity not only becoming a top concern for them, but synthesizing that with their business use cases, right? Not interfering, but synthesizing. How do you think, and why do you think that's such an important path forward?
Um, when I love talking to people. It's one of my favorite things. I learn so much if I just keep my mouth shut and learn how to ask good questions. And when I talk to small business owners, and I've owned multiple small businesses in my life, and so I'm kind of in that world where I talk to people often. When I talk to small business owners, and just asking them the general issues that they're running into, they don't have any idea what happens in the cybersecurity world of their business. You know, it's interesting. I was talking to somebody just recently. He sold his business for a lot of money. He's considering investing in SaferNet, which would be a lot of fun if he did. He's got a pretty good background and a lot of assistance that he could bring to us. But he made the comment. He said, "I just love what you guys are doing." And I said, "Well, would you like an account and give it a try?" And he said, "No, that's too confusing. I leave that to my experts." He says, "I'm going to have somebody call you, and you can have them set it up on my home devices," because he has no office anymore. And I said, "Well, why do you think it's confusing?" He said, "Oh, it's just always confusing. And this guy's an expert. He's done all my businesses. He knows what he's doing." And I said, "Would you mind if I just give it to you and you give it a try first?" "No, I'm just not that kind of a guy. I can't do it." And after multiple back and forth, he finally agreed. And it took him 15 minutes to set up his entire home for protection. And and this is a guy that's run multiple businesses. He's sold his business for well over $100 million. So he's not a slouch when it comes to brains. But he just automatically checks out when it came to the cybersecurity portion. And I look at that thinking, good grief, it should never be that difficult, because people will not keep themselves safe if it is a difficult process. And in our process, it's as simple as opening an online account, and every person that I know has set up an online account of some kind, download an app and put in your credentials to connect to the online account. I mean, it's what you do every day, but when you tag on the word cybersecurity to it, all of a sudden it freaks everybody out. And so when my philosophy is if we can make it as simple as what everybody knows, everybody will stay safe. So when you really interview people that have gotten ripped off or whatever the case is, you know, they like to highlight, "Oh, I opened up an email that was horrible," or whatever the case is. But if you back up a few steps further, it's really that they didn't have the proper protocols in place to keep themselves safe. And if I can make those protocols so simple that everyone can do it, it doesn't matter if you make little mistakes. It's not going to destroy someone's network, and it's not going to goof everything up. So that's where I truly believe in the simplicity is, you know, we need to have power, no doubt. I mean, that's why we run a, 256-bit encrypted VPN, and we charge next to nothing for it because we have so many users, we can afford to do that. But the bigger picture is that if I can get it to the place where you never have to think about it. Another one is, people, they think, well, I've got a VPN, I'm going to go to Starbucks and, pop open your computer and you do a couple of things. And then you think, oh, crud, I need to turn on my VPN. Well, you just infected your computer probably 5 or 6 times. And then the beauty of that is that then they turn on their VPN. So they open up a VPN channel for their viruses to reach their servers. But to even make it worse, Now all of those laptops go back behind the firewall and they deliver all the viruses that were already there. So that's the reason that we put in our 24/7 always on solution, that device is on 24/7. It doesn't turn off. You have to, in some cases, you have to put in a password to turn it off. If you're an administrator, you don't have to, but at that point, you never have to think about it. You just turn on your laptop, you open your phone up, whatever it is, you're already protected. It's not a step that gets forgotten. You're already in that place to say, we've extended our firewall from our office to that Starbucks on the corner or to the Starbucks in Hong Kong. It doesn't make any difference. It's always behind that firewall. So that's that whole simplicity thing, is that if it's not simple, people won't do it. If it's not simple, people will find a way around it. We need to make it simple. So
wonderful. Thank you so much. That was awesome.
no, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.